Hello arcade gamers and welcome back to Biggie D's Arcade. Today I've got some interesting Arcade1up stuff I want to talk about, as well as I got a special report on the Mortal Kombat 4 release. I think we're right around the corner for it. And then Tears of the Kingdom is going to be released this May. So we're only less than a month and a half now from the game's release. So I want to get started and some topics, discussion on Zelda Tears of the Kingdom going, because I'm going to be playing that game as soon as it's released. But let's start here first with the deluxe rollout for Arcade1up. These are a series of cabinets that they're going to be releasing this year. They seem to be like they are only for sale at Best Buy, but it looks like they may be for sale through direct to consumer on the Arcade1up official website as well. But currently, right now, today, we can only get them at Best Buy. And it's 3 cabinets that they're going to have available. It's the Mortal Kombat 2, the Pac-Man, and the Class of 81. It's just these 3 right now. However, they're going to be adding a 4th. It's called the Fast and the Furious. It's a racing game, which will also be released with these. And those have already arrived stateside. So we should be adding that 4th cabinet very soon, probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. But the ones we can get now, let's look at what that experience is like. I could say this is very strange, very bizarre, and lacking as far as the rollout for these deluxe cabinets. For instance, this is a Dallas store. He was able to find the Pac-Man in the MK2 Deluxe this week, but they didn't have the Class of 81. Here's another store. This is also in Texas, in Austin. They had the Class of 81, but they didn't seem to have the Mortal Kombat or the Pac-Man. So it's hit or miss. Some stores have them, some stores don't. The ones that do have them may not have the one that you want. Now, here's an interesting story I'd found. This person works at Best Buy, and he had noticed their warehouse team assembling a Pac-Man Deluxe floor unit. And he had asked the person in charge, what is the street date? And they had said they thought it was this week, but they didn't know. Now, there's been some out there saying that maybe April 1st would be the official street date or release date. However, I checked the website today. I checked Best Buy today. None of them have the deluxe. So today is not the official release date, obviously. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? We'll find out. But this was interesting. He said he found one on the floor, but Best Buy knew nothing about it. So it sounds like the communication between Arcade1up and Best Buy is also lacking, similar to how it has been with the customer. But he was attempting to buy it. He was able to purchase it. He said it was very bizarre experience. And he said that he thought they would be showing on the website today, but they weren't. So this rollout is probably one of the strangest ones I've seen, and it is typical Arcade1up. We thought maybe we'd be getting something different, but we're not. It seems like the same old with them. Now, this was an interesting topic I'd wanted to discuss this week, and these are these LED strip lights. So there was a person on the Arcade1up official Facebook group. He had posted for this cabinet the assembly instructions, and he was putting it together, and it kind of brought the discussion back up about these LED strip lights and what models had them. There were only 3 that I could find. It was this Super Pac-Man that we can see here. It was a Sam's exclusive. We could also find it at Costco. These Costco exclusive NBA Jams also included these LED strip lights. And then the third and final one I was able to find was this Walmart, I believe, exclusive sit-down Star Wars, who advertised blue LED backlighting behind the cabinet. So there's only been 3 total that had these accessories. And this is something I think they should bring back, or allow to be more readily available, because this is something I think all the cabinets could have, and it would be a nice addition. Now, there were also some features I'd found, and it got my brain thinking a little bit more about these and how interesting and different these exclusives were, especially this Costco one. It had light up buttons And it also had this metal plaque that we can see here on the riser. So this had the official NBA logo on a metal plaque on the riser. I don't see or have seen that on any other release to date. Also, it had the light up buttons. We have not seen light up buttons on a Arcade1up cabinet since this release. And this was before the XL NBA Jam, so this was quite some time ago. I think they could bring back the light up buttons. Like, for instance, the Casino-cade, I think would really benefit from something like that. So you guys let me know out there. Do you guys upgrade your Arcade1up with light up buttons? Would you like to see it come from the factory? Would that be a feature or an accessory you would like to see already on there? So let us know. Now, my special report, this is going to be on Mortal Kombat 4. And the reason that I wanted to discuss it today is because the movement behind this game, it seemed to have faded a little bit, but it got brought back up this week. And I think we may be very close now to an Arcade1up release of Mortal Kombat 4. Now, what version are we going to get of Mortal Kombat 4? Now, that's a different story, and how well is it going to play? But it sounds like Arcade1up is already thinking about that and ways that they can make this game happen. So let's first start with the news this week, and that was Ed Boon, who tweeted out what should be the next Arcade1up cabinet that is going to be made. And he gave us 4 options. These 4 games are all, I think, leaders in the possibility for cabinets. These have all been talked about. I think any one of these games would be great additions to the Arcade1up library. And that would be Double Dragon, Mortal Kombat 4, Narc, or Smash TV. Now, did Arcade1up share these titles with Ed Boon? Said, we're also considering these 3 other games as well as yours? Kind of sounds like it. But it does show here on the tweet that 77.3% of that audience of 21,000 people voted and said they wanted Mortal Kombat 4. Now, is this audience a good calculated group of people to use for a survey like this? I mean, you're going to have all Mortal Kombat fans voting probably, or a majority of them are going to be Mortal Kombat 4 fans. They probably wouldn't be following Ed Boon's tweets if they didn't. So I don't know how well this data is going to hold up, but it definitely shows a lot of interest behind Mortal Kombat 4. You can see 21,000 people voted, and majority of them want this game. And they overwhelmingly want it over these others. So they could be very, very close to making this. This could be the fuel to the fire that they need to make this happen. So it got me thinking, what does Arcade1up have to do right to make this a successful release? And they have to get the artwork right, of course. They did do MK30th very well, so I think they could also translate that success over to this cabinet. But what cabinet designs could they do? They could do the MK2 Deluxe cabinet design without the riser would work. They could do an XL, or I think they could do a Pro. This could be the second Pro Series cabinet that we see, and I think Mortal Kombat 4 would be a fine choice for that. It's right up there at the top of leading, Arcade1up purchases. I think majority of game rooms have a Mortal Kombat cabinet already, or would want one. So I think a Pro would sell out. I think that would be the one to do if you're not going to do Street Fighter. So we'll have to wait and see on what they decide there. But the next and most difficult thing I think about doing this release is trying to emulate and carry this arcade port over to the current PCB that Arcade1up has. Because Arcade1up does not have a very powerful PCB. In comparison to like a iArcade, it's very weak. So is it going to be able to push this game? And this game uses Zeus Midway hardware. It's a very different, very unique chipset. It's not easily emulated. People in the past have not had much success translating this game over to modern systems or modern platforms. So is Arcade1up up to the task? Are they going to be able to do it? And I took a short tidbit from a live stream he did this week. It was 3 hours long. It was on 1UP Underground. I'll put the link down to the bottom of this video, or live stream. And I took about 10 seconds out of that, and it was discussing this Mortal Kombat 4 game and the hardware and how and what Arcade1up is thinking about right now in regards to this. So let's listen in.
MK4, or you want to do gold, and that's like those are totally different subjects with totally different hardware, totally emulation tech, and totally different ports and source code.
So Mortal Kombat 4 uses the Zeus chipset, which is a midway hardware, and it's difficult to port or emulate. So are they going to be able to do the Mortal Kombat 4 arcade port? It doesn't sound like they're going to be able to make that happen, especially if we want spectate, especially if we want lobbies. So what's the answer? What can they do on their current hardware that would make this possible? And they could do the N64 version. They've done console ports before. Those have not done too well. People have not been too excited about those. So I don't think that's a possibility. But what I do think is, and when he mentioned it, is Mortal Kombat Gold. Now, this was a Dreamcast release, very similar to the arcade release, but something that they could make happen on the current PCB hardware. This game could be a reality. It could that could be the answer in the ticket. And you as the customer, would that satisfy your need or your desire for Mortal Kombat 4 if they brought us Mortal Kombat Gold? And if it had a great online experience and we could, compete, and we would have spectate and we'd have lobbies, but it was gold, would that be enough for you guys? Or would you rather see them wait, 2 or 3 years till the hardware advances and they're able to get a hold or source better PCBs, more powerful PCBs that could run the arcade port? Would you rather wait for that, or would you rather get gold now and get playing today or, this year, let's say? So you guys let me know out there. Put down in the comments what you're thinking in regards to MK4 and how they're going to play it and how they're going to run it on their current hardware. Now, the last thing I wanted to discuss is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So this game is a game that I've played since the very beginning, since NES. And I'll typically get these games day one. I'll pay full price for them, and I don't seem to have any issue with that because this is a series of games that always tends to be good. I always sink, hundreds of hours into these games, and I enjoy them, and I experience them, and I enjoy the start to finish. I even do the side quests. Like for Breath of the Wild, I did all the side quests before I actually beat the game because I wanted to get the entire experience. Now, Tears of the Kingdom is coming out on May the 12th, and we've been waiting for this game for years now. It seems like, 5-6 years we've been waiting for this game to come out. It's now officially getting released, and we're starting to see these exhibits. I thought this was really cool, and it has Link in this pose here, and I don't know what this pose that we're seeing in the promotional material and these exhibits is referring to, but it is a very important part of the game, and I'm interested to find out what part this is and what's going on in this scene, because it seems like they're using it all over in trying to promote it. So this is, I think, one of the most important parts in the game, so we'll find that out very soon. But they're also going to be doing OLED versions or exclusive Tears of the Kingdom OLED artwork on the console. So if you guys are, planning on getting an OLED model, you're going to plan on getting Zelda, and you just want that on your Joy-Cons, you want that on your dock. This is going to be released this week. I think you can already get them today if you're interested in getting one. And then on May 12th, the game will officially release where you can play the game. But you can at least get the console, I think, this week. And personally, I have the original Switch with the red and blue Joy-Cons. And mine has the extended battery life. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I need the OLED screen. But I do have interest in their Pro controller they're going to be releasing. And then also, I like to play on the go. So this carrying case, I think, is something I'm going to be getting. That Pro controller carrying case, I'll be getting probably the week that the game is released. But very cool, very happy that we're finally getting this title. And I can't wait to do some live streams of it. So look for my channel early May. I'm going to be trying to do some live streams of this game, you know, day one, and getting some time in on YouTube to share that with everyone. But I hope you guys have enjoyed my video today. Hopefully I'm going to start doing my live streams again very soon. Just trying to figure out, you know, when I want to start that back up, but I'm very close. I think I've got everything figured out as far as my setup to be able to do that again. So I hope you guys continue to like, subscribe, comment down at the bottom. Let me know if you guys liked the video today, and I'll see everybody in the next one. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye-bye.